Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Sam. Welcome back to another video. I knew this is gonna happen, but just days ahead of iOS 13, guess what little features have leaked? Dark mode, new reminders app, new Find My iPhone icon. We all have exclusive screenshots of it here today, courtesy of 9 to 5 Mac. And just when we thought all hope is dead for the new iPod Touch, I kid you not, 2 hours ago on Apple Newsroom, they announced the new iPod Touch. So I don't know who's going bonkers. I don't know who was like, hey, let's give the people what they want, but that's exactly what's happening today. So I gotta tell you guys all about it, show you those screenshots, show you the new iPod Touch. If you're excited for that, help me out by dropping a like down below, go crazy on it, and hit subscribe so you stay up to date on more Apple news like this. We gotta jump in now. First up for the new iPod Touch, again, this is something that I've been waiting on for years, and as we expected, this is no iPhone 10 redesign. This is nothing crazy. It's not gonna like revolutionize the way you see the iPod Touch. What's new here, and to keep costs down, because the new iPod Touch starts at the same price as the old iPod Touch, which is $199, you get an A10 Fusion processor on the inside. So yeah, it's not A12. It's not gonna numb your mind when you touch the raw power of this thing. Again, it's designed for younger people who want to get involved with iOS, or somebody who wants a secondary device that doesn't cost $1,000. So that's why the new iPod Touch is here. No new home button. This is still remaining the only iOS device that doesn't have Touch ID or even Face ID. Screen is going to remain identical here. It's the same 4-inch display that we've always had. And this is it. These are our official images. Comes in the exact same 6 colors as it came in before. The only other change with the new iPod Touch is the fact that it has a new 256 gigabyte storage capacity option. So that runs $399, 128 gigabytes is $299, and of course the lowest and cheapest model you can get is 32 for $199. But that's the story of the new iPod Touch. Again, mine's on the way. Let me know if you're picking one up down below, because we've been waiting on this for years. I think it's been exactly almost 4 years to the day in June or July or May. So it's finally here, guys. We did it. Now, what we also know, because the iPod Touch just got refreshed, is that without question, it will support iOS 13. There were some questions of whether or not the A8 chip on the iPod Touch 6th generation would support iOS 13. There's still a chance that it could, but I have a feeling if Apple releases a new iPod Touch just like 5 days before iOS 13 is coming out, the 6th generation iPod Touch probably isn't going to support iOS 13, and that's why they released a new one, so it will. So I woke up and saw this on my phone. I was like, oh man, busy day ahead of me. And then I saw 9 to 5 Mac's newest article, in which they share not just more details about iOS 13, guys, but exclusive hands-on screenshots, 100% authentic, 100% official and confirmed. No more speculation about what dark mode is going to look like, alongside a new reminders app and a new Find My iPhone app. So of course I couldn't help myself but look at that a little bit and see what the interface is going to look like, and I want to show you guys now as well. So spoilers ahead, this is our first official look at iOS 13 coming in just a couple of days. The number one thing I was shocked by, there are a lot of UI tweaks coming. First of all, let's take up this screenshot right here. This is when dark mode is enabled and you go in that screenshot like editing interface. The tools to edit the screenshot used to be very simplistic, very flat, detail absent, and now they're more skeuomorphic, they're more detailed, which gives me hope that in the future of iOS we are going to return to more detail rather than less, because I feel like iOS has got kind of boring and stale after that initial boost that iOS 7 gave it. So that is dark mode when you're in the screenshot. Now I want to show you guys dark mode inside of apps. I was shocked to see this one as well for a couple reasons. Number one, it is a true black OLED interface here on the iPhone 10 style device. A few sources now had said it was going to be dark gray, just like on macOS Mojave, but according to these screenshots, again, these are real. I'm not making these up. I'm not doing this for clicks. These are authentic. They show a true OLED black interface. I'm hoping that you can tweak it, because I personally would prefer dark gray rather than true black. I just don't love the way it looks. That being said, there are serious potential battery saving benefits when using this. So if you have an iPhone 10, an iPhone 10s, or an iPhone 10s Max with that great looking OLED screen, with dark mode you could shut a ton of pixels off on your screen and potentially save energy and get better battery life. So I'd love to know if like dark mode with iOS 13 actually improves your device's battery life. That would be another benefit to use it instantly. Aside from that, you can pretty much see that dark mode is what we expected. This is only a look at the music app. Obviously this is system wide, so when iOS 13 drops we'll be able to to see official looks at all the apps that dark mode works in, which should be all of Apple's first-party apps, and then developers will be able to update their apps to work with it pretty easily. And then our final look here at the home screen before we jump into the Reminders app, you can see the home screen itself is not any different. We have heard there are going to be dark mode exclusive wallpapers likely coming to the iPhone and the iPad with iOS 13, but against the standard iOS 12 background, it's nothing that's going to totally blow your mind away. I mean, it's the same icons, pretty much identical to the T, but as you can see here, no matter which wallpaper you use, there is going to be a darkened dock. So to be completely honest with you guys, I was pretty disappointed by the home screen here. It was supposed to be completely redesigned. We were hoping for new icons. The only literal difference was the dock being dark instead of light. So I did some more research, and it turns out, as with most leaks, there's more to the story than exactly what is meeting our eyes. According to Guillermo Rambo on Twitter, who works at 9to5Mac, who wrote this initial leak article, this is a very early build of iOS 13, so things could actually be fluid and change here. Maybe dark mode isn't completely OLED black. Maybe Apple switched it at some point during the beta cycle to dark gray. Next up, what about new wallpapers? Is it really going to be the exact same iOS 12 wallpaper? No. Apple's smart. They said, well, hey, this iOS 13 screenshot could leak, so we'll use the iOS 12 wallpaper. And what happened here? The iOS 13 screenshot leaked. So that's why we don't see our first look at new dynamic wallpapers that are coming, or even a new still light or dark mode wallpaper that is also said to be on the way. And finally, new icons. That is something that I personally wanted to see. Apparently, those could be hiding as well, and that Apple may have new icons on the way across the board. Again, we don't know yet. Apparently, more information on this is coming in a new episode of a podcast tomorrow, so you can bet I'll be listening to that, reporting back to you guys tomorrow with the latest details. But I just wanted to update you guys on this, clear things up if you were wondering, like, hey, that looks exactly like iOS 12 on the home screen. There is more stuff coming, and maybe even the home screen redesign could be found sooner rather than later as well. And we actually know now where the home screen redesign is going to be present, and it looks like on the iPhone, on the iPod Touch, it unfortunately isn't going to be there, which I'm also bummed out about. I've been tired of looking at the same icons. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but the iPhone home screen, perfectly functional, one of the best designs probably ever, but after, 13 years of the same home screen, I was ready for something new on my iPhone. Guillermo Rambo has said it is definitely coming on the iPad, and we are going to get more information about it soon, but it doesn't look like there's really going to be any changes on the iPhone home screen at all, even if this is an early build. Maybe Apple changed their mind down the road, but yeah, so no crazy new home screen on the iPhone, which is sad, guys. Leave tier emojis down in the comments below. Now I want to tell you guys about the new Reminders app, because 9to5Mac, as crazy as they are, Guillermo Rambo over there gained more exclusive information, like our first look at the Reminders app specifically on the iPad, but also how it's going to look on the iPhone. Here's our first look at that. It is simplistic. It is absolutely, if you're thinking about dark mode, literally night and day better than the previous Reminders app, because, you know, it actually looks functional. It doesn't look the ugly version of skeuomorphism that we've seen since iOS 7. You have these 4 sections right here: today, scheduled, all, and then flagged. You also have your lists down below. You can add a list down below at the very bottom, add a new reminder to the right, because that is the list view. The only thing that really disappoints me in the screenshot, and that hurts me more than I thought it would, is the calendar app, guys. The calendar app in iOS 13 is the same. I mean, looking at this, it is one-to-one with iOS 12 and every other image we've ever seen of the calendar app since iOS 7. There's no difference there, and while I found myself using the stock calendar app, it doesn't blow me away, it doesn't wow me, so fingers crossed that at some point during the iOS 13 beta cycle, we're going to get a new calendar app alongside some other new apps as well, and that is entirely possible at this point. And the last big story of today, with many more to be told on June 3rd when we actually get iOS 13 installed on our very own devices, is Find My, a brand new app unifying Find My Friends and Find My iPhone. Apple is also said to be working on some hardware for a tile-enabled device where you could stick on one of your products and then see it natively inside the new Find My app. There's a brand new icon, of course, to draw your attention to that, let you know that it is entirely new. It apparently looks much better, especially on the iPad, and is more optimized for both iPhone and iPad, and now iPod Touch 7 in iOS 13. Now, because Apple is announcing this new app with iOS 13 at WWDC, I could absolutely see them announcing hardware or releasing that Find My hardware as well that allows you to track stuff, and maybe maybe that means we get our first look at the Mac Pro as well, which is also possibly going to be announced at WWDC. But now that we have a new iPod Touch, I mean, I don't really see any more hardware coming until September when the 2019 iPhone 11 and 11R are released. So until then, that's iOS 13 and, of course, the new iPod Touch. Of course, this video would not be possible without the help of 9to5Mac, so I'll leave their article down below. They do incredible work, and I don't know if I say thank you to them enough. Let me know your thoughts on everything down below. Again, are you more or less excited for iOS 13? Are you getting a new iPod Touch? And most importantly, are you ready for June 3rd when we see iOS 13 revealed complete in full? That's all for now. Drop a like if you want to help me out down below. You learned something new or you enjoyed the video. Hit subscribe for more. I'll catch you all in the next iOS 13 leak.